Welcome back to the J-Bay Open. Round 5 is in the water. Heat 3 about to unfold. The bottom half of the draw is like Carnival over in Rio. It is a Brazilian fest, and we're going to watch these two rivals. Gabriel Medina up against Adriano de Souza. It's a good battle. These two surfers claiming the last 2 world titles. You got a prediction for us?
I think, Gabriel Medina has been flexing with those errors on the last section. He might use that.
Well, this is his second ride. We'll bring you his first in a moment, but just a 3.17 on the opener. And he spins his board into a reverse. Like there's no fins in this thing. And gets a pretty decent finish just after that. And right behind him, Adriano de Souza with a foamy face, solid on the finish, right there on the inside. Very shallow, that section. But every single one of these competitors has been committing to that final maneuver. And Adriano just paying the price on the inside there.
And let's watch Gabriel's wave from the start. So, again, first wave for Gabriel, I think, really feeling or airing the fins out. Very loose on this wave right here, just kind of checking his speed. So first wave was a non-issue here for Gabriel. This is the wave we wanted to see. Second wave, nice little tap. Better face on this wave. More options for Gabriel. And there he spins around. The guy is just extremely coordinated. But a couple of moves, so this score is going to be, I'm thinking, in the medium range, just okay. A better wave here for Adriano, further up the point too. Crisp snaps for Adriano. That's that front-footed approach that he has. Very easy for him to kind of kick the tail free. So it's easy for him to, make a standard off the lip look pretty exciting.
But Adriano only needs a 1.67 to get into the lead. Let's see what Gabriel can do with this ride. Just getting speed. We've seen a lot of big aerials today, and we're going to see another right here. But he just loses it. His board got a little sticky in the lip there. Well, that's going to be such a fun heat, because Kelly, out there on that open face, has the advantage of that power, but Josh certainly has Kelly covered when it comes to those big airs. Let's see the replay of Gabby's last ride. What went wrong?
Well, as Gabriel hit that ramp, he was looking for that pop and to keep the rails clean so that he could have the surfboard cleanly attached to his feet, but just got hung up a millisecond.
A big score. And this wave seems to be lining up pretty nicely. Let's see what Adriano can do. He's going to lean over on that rail and throw a nice little vertical hit on the foam. This is a better section, and he drifts that tail. But this wave's going to get away from him. He had to really get motoring down the line if he wanted to find some green face to play with. And now Medina gets an opportunity. One of those silky backhand floats. And he has some speed for this ramp. He throws one of the biggest backside air reverses we have seen. He almost stomped it. High impact landing.
It's very easy to bust a knee or an ankle. That was a massive aerial attempt by Gabriel Medina. You can see kind of a closeout wave. So right here, he's eyeballing that section. He's going to see his face. He sees a ramp and it pops it way out, rotates. No grab there, and was looking for a cushion, but just projected a little too far out to the flat. So he didn't have that cushion of the whitewash to kind of ease his way into that landing. It was always going to be a really tough exit out of that air.
Well, I'm going to go get my ankle strapped after watching that. So Gabby just showing incredible resilience to paddle back out after that move.
Yeah, that was big. Very big, and a little unlucky for Adriano de Souza to not have that wave continue on for him. Just the 2 moves.
Whatever he's doing with his training as far as injury prevention goes, it's working out well, because of all the surfers that huck themselves above the lip, Gabriel's avoided major injury somehow.
Knock on wood.
Knock on wood, as we see de Souza just looking to improve his lead at this stage. His last wave of 5.57 put him out in front. Medina now chasing a 7.07, and he is up at the moment. Really strong first turn, mixing it up with more of a carving maneuver. Third turn just sets up this end section, and he belts it. So reels it back a little bit and make sure he gets a finish. A taller wall than what Adriano's had, and a couple of really nice hits. In heat 3 of round 5, an 8.43. Just goes to show how well-rounded this competitor is.
Oh, I really liked it. Good flow on that first turn, getting the tail to naturally release, and crispy second turn. More of a turn right on that magic button where you're going to throw a lot of spray. So I think Gabriel, he found a perfect rhythm on this wave where he knew he was about to embark on an excellent score, just finished it off very cleanly. You don't need a perfect wave out here. If you find a wave that you can go really fast on and boost, you can get it done.
Well, here he goes again. Throws his board vertically to begin with, whips it down and creates a huge, big spray, and still attacking down the line. Has so much speed. And that is just polished. Looking for a backup for the 8.43. Wants to dispose of a 5.33. Should do it. Well, Adriano had to make a decision just moments ago too with priority. He let a wave go. He's waiting for something special out the back. Let's have another look at Medina's ride.
Loving the way Gabriel Medina's surfboard's looking under his feet. He's got just the right amount of speed and release. If he wants to, he can pivot and get the rail flowing through the water.
For something like a Hail Mary and hopefully make it pay off. And yeah, when I saw Michelle go into that wave, I'm like, oh, that's probably the best wave of the heat, you know. So I knew he had a good chance of getting the score if he surfed it well. So I kind of just went on that one after going, okay, you got to do something to bet it up your requirements. So yeah, I was lucky. I got a clean section and landed it clean.
And we think about, having bag tricks. Josh, well done. We'll see you in the quarterfinals.
Thank you, Rosie. Back to what is unfolding in the lineup here. Adriano having a look at this one. He's after an 8.21 now. 30.
Yeah, so this was a tough decision for Adriano to let this wave go. And again, loving the flow that Gabriel has. Kind of gaining speed off these little backside tail slides. But he wanted a big finish. Instead, he kind of got hung behind that after that floater. So that kept the score in check. So he's still on the hunt, trying to get rid of that 6.9 or 6.6.
We know that is typically the case. The freshest face left in the mix is Wiggly Dontas. He's coming up in the next heat, up against Felipe Toledo. Let's see if Adriano can get himself into the lead here. 8.21, the required score. Nice speed float, but just never really had it going on. He's still in a great position to have a crack at winning his maiden world title. Just over 9 minutes remaining in this one though, and Adriano de Souza shows us that he can take to the air. A tricky little reverse to get started as he looks to finish with something big on the inside, has plenty of speed, and he'll go to the air again, but unsuccessful on that attempt.
But had he pulled off that second reverse, it would have got rid of that 6.8, I believe. So right there, again, almost painful, kind of got cramped and stuck, but he pulled out of it. So a physical effort there from Adriano. And, he always knew that this wave was going to get cut short, meaning the tide's coming up, so he goes for the air again. But just got a little kind of separated from the deck of his board.
In the grandstands over my shoulder, all along the beach, and it's great to see them into it in the afternoon. As you see, De Souza trying to fight back in this one. You think he can do it, boys?
We'll see. He needs to bank a big number here, just correcting a bit of a mistake there. Caught his nose rail riding out of that turn. Become the first Brazilian world champion. But Medina, he got the job done in 2014, claimed that win. And Gabriel wanted to be the first surfer to claim the Pipe Masters. Made 2 finals, but Adriano, he got that accolade at the end of last season.
Pretty amazing. But you're right, Australia was tough.
Bounced back well in Brazil with a semi-final. And a big win in Fiji. This man's been right there as well. But here goes Medina using his priority, always solid with his decision-making in heats. However, the wrong turn option on that occasion will give Adriano a chance with 45 seconds to go and some lines marching our way.
Adriano fully aware that there's one last chance.
He hasn't really clicked in this heat, Adriano. He's looked a little bit wobbly at times. And this wave is going to push wide and shut down.
Oh, brutal.
And with 15 seconds remaining, Medina is going to absolutely dodge the biggest bullet here.
Yeah, it was a big wave, but it stretched out. You'll get that at higher tide. A lot of these waves will close out. So it looked like there'd be a chance for Adriano, but not to be.
He was in the perfect position then in regards to the lineup. But that was just a random set. It pushed really wide, caught him out. And that man is moving on through to the quarterfinals for the 3rd consecutive year with a heat score total of 15.03.